Oh, dang. I almost had that one. Well, at least I know they're still down there. It's getting roasty hot out, so trying to get closer to the shade areas of the dock here, that log boom over there. Ideally, I should have been out here a couple hours ago when it was still cool. Hoping for a couple whitefish or a nice trout. Brown trout would be nice. I get hung. Yeah, there's a deadhead there. Dang it. Yeah, maybe I'll get him up. Nope. The downside of these areas, when it gets hot, is everything's going to be hiding in the cover, but the closer you get the cover, the closer you get getting snagged. Hey, little grooms. Can't see the chat while I'm casting. I'm just going to pop this out of my chest holder and set the tripod up quick here. Okay, guys, you're ready. There you go. I'll just pop you guys in the tripod for a minute here while I get new hook and everything tied on. a slightly pinker wedding band. All the salmon are starting to run through here, so anything salmon egg color is probably going to hit good with the white fish. Trying to keep up with chat. Looks like we got Pilgrims in the chat. Ryan's chat. Hey guys. So the sun's super bright out here. I'm having a heck of a time reading the screen. You guys still here? Thanks for hanging out with me. Got a new wedding band tied on. I'm gonna keep at it. Gonna try working more close to the shores here and that this log boom out here. I gotta be careful because there's lots of deadheads in the bottom there. But it's also a place for the fish to rest, so if they're gonna be anywhere in this heat, they're gonna be somewhere like that. And the kings and sockeye are coming up right now, more so the sockeye. Kings normally come a little bit later, but they'll be coming right under our feet right now. Not set up for them with this little rod, but there's also lots of whitefish and trout that follow them up and eat the eggs. A few rising in here before I set up, so. Even though it's super more convenient to be casting off the dock here, ideally I think I'd like to be over on that, on those rocks casting out, so I can use the current to my advantage. Pulling in with the current is not super ideal. I got some time out here today, so we're gonna just fan this whole area, see if we get lucky, see how close I can get to all those deadheads without snagging up again. A little bit upset about losing that last lure because I've been using that one for a couple of years now without losing that one. That's been a good wedding band. But the nice thing is I can always come look for it when the water's low. Ooh, that was close. It's a bit of a gamble. You want to get close, but you don't want to get too close because there's just gobs of hung up logs in there. It's always fun to come here in the fall once the water recedes and pick all the fish hooks out of there. Try going a bit deeper on this one. Most of the time this time of year the whitefish are going to be shallow but right on the bottom. Did get that one bite earlier, so they're still active, but kind of right at the tail end of where I'm expecting to get any bites because it's just getting too hot. I think it's going to be, for my Americans, what is it, 102 today? Which is 30, 39 or so Canadian. Oh. Stay on, no. Come on, buddy, go for it. Oh, come on, you bugger. Okay, well, we know there's a hole of them right there. I'll try and go over that again. That felt like a whitefish. They take real soft. They got almost a mouth kind of like a carp, and they suck the food in. But they fight like all. They're fun fish to go after, in my opinion. They normally school in a group. Come on. Oh, I caught someone else's fishing line. Oh, shows you how many deadheads there are down there. I don't know if that picked up on the camera, but I was picked up on someone else's line going sideways. It's a great hole in early spring or about 2 weeks from now when it cools off. When the salmon runs full tilt, there'll be gobs of whitefish coming up here to eat eggs. Oh, come on. They're hitting it, they're just not setting. They have a very soft bite. Come on, bugger. try back out here. Beauty day though. That's Camel's back this way. Camel's Lake is south that way. And the Thompson River runs right into Camel's Lake. And all the salmon, well, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, run up the Thompson, up the Shuswap, and many rivers and tributaries from there on forward. And in the next week or two, I'll be up there getting some video for you guys of the amazing sockeye salmon run. That is cool stuff. I'm excited to get some shots for that. I'm gonna try the back end of the boom here. I think if I get on those rocks, and I can use the current to my advantage that against me, we might get a better luck there. Getting a good number of bites, but they're not hitting it hard. And this section of the river is pretty silted up because the North Thompson and the South Thompson come together. You can actually see the convergence up there past those sandbars. But where the two of them come together, it stirs the water up and gives it this silty color. It'll settle out once it gets to the lake. Be nice and clear again. And the South Thompson, the water's pretty clear because it comes out of the lakes. The North Thompson is dirty. Always is. But I grew up fishing the North Thompson, so that's what I'm used to. Oh, see how close I can get to that boom without getting hung up. That was a little close. I know you guys can't see it, but it'll be like a huge stack of all sorts of nasty, gnarly stuff piled up about 10 or 15 feet high there. The water, this whole thing will be to the point where you can walk across it in the fall or in the winter. But right now it's, I'd want to say maybe 10 or 15 feet deep out where those pillars are, maybe a little more. And the water level, as you can see over there, gets up maybe another 10 feet above where we are now at high water. So after a whole year of dead trees floating down and getting hung up there, there's quite a lot of them. And then they'll come out in either in the fall or the spring and cut them up and move them or clear them out if it becomes too big. Because this is actually a buoy set up for a float dock for float planes. I'm actually fishing off the airport float plane dock here. So the float planes will land in the river here and then pull in. And if any come, we'll give way and let them park and deal with their plane. I'll go fish on the shore. But it's open to the public as long as there's no planes using it. Well, that'd be rather fun for you guys too if we had a float plane come in. There's a little park up. Hey guys, sorry the cut out my phone overheated. It's that hot. So I'm gonna try it in the tripod. Might not be as interactive, but it should get a little better airflow around. I'll switch this. Oh, we're over in the rock pile now. See the launch or the plane. Oh, I guess plane dock is over there. We got our log buoy system over here. I'm gonna be trying casting it over here. I think it's just a better angle for me. And I can try and get my camera. Now there's no real shade here, but I'm gonna try and have the my fishing net around it, give it a little bit more. We'll get you guys on the tripod. There we go. Got some kayakers hanging out there too, enjoying the day. Oh. Let's see if I can get you guys stable on the rocks here without you flopping over. There, that should do it. Unfortunately, we're facing into the sun, so there's not much I can do about the sun baking on the phone and having it overheat and shut off, but we'll keep trying. That should give me a little bit more airflow around the camera, hopefully keep it at a reasonable temperature. Just tying on a new lure here, guys. Be back with you in a sec. I got a helicopter coming over top of us. It's like a medevac helicopter, so it's going to get noisy for a sec here. That's what we're throwing. I'm going to try it without. I'm going to try it without some split shot for now and see if it's heavy enough. I think I'll be okay with since I got the current in my favor this way. Yeah, it's moving around pretty good. Give that a try for a bit. Well, looks like the camera's doing a little better with the heat. Not getting down quite as much as I want it to, but we'll try it this angle. Let's see how we do. Oh, that got really close to that dead head there. sounds like a Dash 8's landing. I think we missed our mark. It's like noon now. So it's just going to be too hot. Not you can't catch them on that in the middle of the day, but they're all going to be buried in there pretty deep and where it's cold out of the sun. Yeah, I don't think this guy's getting quite deep enough for me with how hot it is. Let it sit for a sec. Nice if we had like big old brown trout coming up here. Brown trout in Thompson here are just amazing. They're like a wonderful dark brown kind of copper color. All right. I don't think we're getting any love on the spoon today. It's getting a lot more hits on the splitting band. Try a couple more. Trying not to knock my tripod in the water. There we go. Walk on this stuff with breaking my neck. There's some nice little minnows. They're going to be nice and small. There's one. In there. That was a little whitefish. The water's pretty salty, as you can tell. It's nice and blue clear on the others. There's the log boom. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm like getting all sweaty and hot. The sun beating on me against these rocks, so I'm gonna call it and go get some lunch. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Been a pleasure.